Hello again, baseball fans. Dan Orphan here for another episode of Baseball Issues. Big story today coming from the New York Mets. They have decided to part ways with Carlos Beltran. He is not going to be the manager for the 2020 season. It doesn't sound like he was fired or that there was any sort of bad blood. Both parties just decided they should move on. So not a happy day for the New York Mets organization, but certainly a productive one, as there's just no way they could have gone in this season with Beltran as the manager. It's going to be a distraction even with him gone. So, I mean, who knows what it would have been like if he was there. It's just a no-brainer. There's absolutely no way you can have a season with this guy in the dugout. Everywhere you go, this is going to be booing. This is going to be just everything. This is just one of those things. I mean, it's amazing that Beltran actually did this. His whole career, he was very quiet, very respectful. You never heard a thing about him. He was just a great player, maybe on the path to the Hall of Fame. I thought so. I thought he was a slam dunk for the Hall of Fame, but no way he's getting in now. He'll never be able to get this off him. And as a Hall of Famer, you know, it's a total performance. It's not just how you do with your stats and everything. It's just everything. Just what you do off the field, everything. And, you know, it may be the only blemish on his career, but it's a big one. He'll never be able to live this one down. And there are still Met fans who don't think that this should have been done, and I don't get it. Former Mets general manager Steve Phillips tweeted the other day that, you know, why would fans want him suspended when he did something that happened almost 3 years ago, and no, the players are being suspended, and it's just. I love Steve Phillips when he was the general manager of the Mets, but I totally disagree with him. First of all, it wasn't 3 years ago, okay? It's going to be another 9 months before the Astros have their 3-year anniversary of winning that championship, okay? Not to nitpick, but it has not been 3 years yet. And even if it was 3 years, he's making it sound like this happened a long time ago. It didn't. This is still a very recent occurrence. There are many players still in the game today. So this idea that it was 3 years ago, like it's long gone, is not even close. And it doesn't matter that the players weren't suspended because we all know this happened. You know, the Mets still have J.D. Davis, and they just traded for Jake Marisnick. Both of those guys were on the 2017 Astros. J.D. Davis didn't play that much that year. He only had 68 plate appearances. Marisnick got more playing time than that. But they were not named in this incident. So we don't know what they did. I mean, for all we know, they were the two biggest ringleaders besides Beltran and Cora. But if you don't name them, what are you going to do? Because they may have just been going along with it too. I mean, what are you going to do if you're on the team? This is going on. You're a new player like Davis, especially with Davis's case. He was a rookie that season. What's he going to do? Rat on his team as soon as he comes up and blow the whistle and says, hey, my guys are stealing signs? Come on. You know, by putting Beltran's name in the report, even that one time, just that says everything. It tells you that he was front and center with it all, with Cora, and who MLB is aware of what naming him would do to his career and everything. They know it's going to ruin things for him. So I just have a hard time believing that his name would have been included in the report unless he played a huge role in the scandal. So it's just, how can you justify keeping him as a manager? I mean, for all we know, the Mets brought him in to continue doing this. And supposedly the Mets knew that this investigation was going to happen when they hired him. So it just looks bad either way. I mean, I thought that they hired him and then the news came out that the Astros were being investigated, but there may have been rumors already that weren't released to the public. So it just doesn't look good on the Mets for being involved with this, but what else is new? It's always trouble with the Mets. all this does is temporarily distract them from Yoenis Cespedes. It's been one thing after another with him, but so that's it. Beltran is gone, and now the Mets got to scurry to look for another manager. They might go with Terry Collins. They may look at some of the other guys they're interviewing in the offseason. Since I am a Mets fan, I'd be happy to see them get Buck Showalter or somebody like that, somebody who's more old school. But whoever it is, I don't even care. It doesn't matter who manages the team. It's going to be a very strange season for the Mets, or at least the first month or two. Well, I mean, who knows how long it's going to take till things just settle down and start to feel normal, All of spring training, how can you avoid talking about this? It's in the first few weeks of the season. How can you avoid talking about this? It's just, this is a big story for baseball. Never really seen anything like this. And it's a sad story. It's bad for the game. It's bad for everybody. But, oh well. All right, guys. Let's talk baseball again soon.